Okay, people, a very warm welcome to all the amazing people out there. This is Bhavna, your master teacher of physics at grade 9 and then Vedantu English channel, welcoming you all beautiful souls to the session where we are going to clear all your doubts. I know today is 26th of April and tomorrow it's 27th, which is your English exam. तो आज के दिन doubt मैम कैसे, आज तो सिर्फ English घूम रहा होगा. No worries at all. This doubt session you guys can see right away or even later, because these are most of the common doubts out there that we have seen coming from you people only. Yes people, we have actually floated a Google form for you guys on our community page and our Telegram channel. That's why it is very important to be an active part of our channel so that you never miss a chance to talk to your teachers, ask your doubts and even get in touch with them. So this is one of the hint that I'm giving you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel right away. And there is much more in the session that I'm going to tell. Fine. So let's, without wasting any time, because it's our English exam, if you guys are spending your special time here right now for the physics, because even science exam will come very soon. It's like just English over, maths will come, maths over, physics will come, physics, chemistry, bio, right? So we have to be prepared. So today's class is about the most common doubts that we guys get. But for that, I'll give you a very cool thing. Kiddos, already there are two kids joined with us, Pratish and Yatharth. That's super sweet of you people to be there. The major point that I want to tell you, this session is not a normal session on YouTube. This session is also an opportunity for you guys to experience the wave platform of Vedantu. So ideally, if you are not at Vedantu yet and if you wish to be a Vedantu student or even just experience it first before becoming one, you can definitely be here. Right? So I'm just going to tell you how you can do that. It's a very simple thing. So I'm just you guys are already there. You can do that. It's a I come here and I start speaking a lot. So people, hey Gautam, hey Ishan, hey Anushka, very nice. Can we see this video after English exam? Definitely Gautam, you can. This is what I said on the very first go. I understand it's your English exam and all the very best from my side. But the point is, if you wish to, you can definitely see this later on. Okay? But these are the most common doubts. If you are seeing right now, I don't want you to miss a chance to become a part of the Vedan. So join the Vedantu wave by clicking on this link. Right? That's the only thing I wish. So if you are joining this session live, it's super great. If you are not able to join the session live, no worries at all. All the best for your English exam. ठीक है. सो ये तो मतलब इतना बड़ा वाला चीज है ना, मतलब इंग्लिश का पेपर है मैम, इंग्लिश का. हाउ कैन वी गो एनीवेयर रॉन्ग? यू हैव टू बी गोइंग ऑल द वे. ठीक है. सो दैट्स फ्रॉम माय साइड. नो वरीज, यू आर गोइंग टू रॉक इट. कॉन्फिडेंटली जाना. Let's start with our session today. One thing I already told you, you can join the session by either clicking from your mobile or from laptop, going to the link and just clicking on that. ठीक है. Let's start today's session. Now, why I'm actually saying you to join today's class, if you're there on YouTube and are not coming to Vedantu wave platform, what are you missing? Are you missing anything? Yes, you are. We are going to have live quizzes within the session. So I am ready with the live quiz, but only one person playing will not be fun. So why not more people join in? Why not you people go to the link in the description and connect in it? Because our first thing to start with is a quiz. What's up people? Are you joining in? Tell me quickly in the chat. Are you guys joining in? Hey Harshit, hey Harshita. Jaldi se. Are you guys joining in? Quickly tell me. Are you guys joining in? If you guys are joining in, then we can start with the quizzes. Quickly. Jaldi se. अदरवाइज फिर मैं क्विज नहीं करवाती हूँ, छोड़ देते हैं, है ना. क्विज करने का फायदा ही नहीं है. शैल वी लीव इट? नहीं मैम नहीं, क्विज नहीं होगी. ऐसे कैसे होगा? तो ऐसा करते हैं, मैं थोड़ा सा लिख के और कर देती हूँ आपको. सी, these are the most common doubts. So these are just not usual quizzes. These are the most common doubt. I told you that when the Google form was floated on the community page and the Telegram channel, we have figured out that yes, there are some doubts that are so repeated that we cannot not even name that this is a particular doubt of Razia or this is a particular doubt of Harshita or Vedika. No. These are the most common doubt. So we thought, why not just go through it by asking you via a quiz. So let's see what is the first question here. Two devices are connected between 2 points, say A and B, in parallel. Okay, so we have two devices connected in parallel. The physical quantity that will remain the same. Now this is the most common doubt. This is the most easiest question, but still people get confused. Ideally, this question is nothing at all other than asking you what quantity remains constant during parallel. So this is super easy, isn't it? Yes, it is super easy. So let's make it into a super easy quiz as well. देखते हैं कौन बच्चा सही आंसर देगा. What say people? Will you be ready? Are you ready for this quiz to start? अरे आई एम नॉट एबल टू स्टार्ट द क्विज. क्या हो रहा है ये? वेयर इज माई क्विज? अरे वेट अप. ओके, नो इट्स नॉट रेडी. सो ओनली 2 people are joining in. Tell me anything for ICSE. Razia, what do you want? Rosie, what do you want for ICSE? Tell me and definitely we are going to bring in. So any such request, please put in the comments, because later on when we read your comments, we get a hint that what we should do next. Because obviously we are here for you guys. So if you will tell us what you want, we will definitely try to bring it up. Okay. The answer will be Ishika is telling here, not joining but telling here. Wanted to tell you something. Yes, Pranat, Lavisha, ma'am, who will take maths marathon on this channel? Bache, Sana ma'am will be taking care of it. Don't worry about it. She is totally ready for you. Okay, so the answer to this question, everybody has told, ma'am, it's voltage. It's so simple. We do not have to even worry about it, right? So, abhi sirf 2 logon ne join kara hai. That way, we are not going to do quizzes. But before even that, I'll start with one of the most common numerical doubt. What is the question here that is saying? Two identical resistors, each of resistance 10 ohm. So, I have one resistor and I have another resistor. They are connected in series and in parallel. Right? This is what is given. So, series and parallel both are the circuits. Let us make a circuit. Now, never do this that do the diagram for the examiner. Do the diagram for yourself. So, when I say there is one resistance and another resistance, both of 10 ohm are connected in series. And then I say there is one resistance and another resistance, both are connected in parallel. Right? What is it being asked? They both are connected with the same battery of 6 volts. So 6 volts here and 6 volts here. So this way I get a very good clarity that what is the question talking all about. Second thing, calculate the ratio of the power consumed. Now can you guys tell me for power, what is the formula, Bacha Party? What is the formula for power? Quickly tell me. Quickly in the chat. What is the formula of power? क्या formula होता है? Hello ma'am, 10th classes कब से start हो रही हैं? Angelina, you are asking me for 9th move to 10th. We are starting the classes. We have already started Prodigy. Next week you will have your first session of motion. Okay? And for 10th after your exams. Okay. Cool. Power is VI. Should we use VI? What all quantity we are given here? You need to be very sure about it. Power doesn't have one formula. It has 3 formulas. Power is also given as I square R and power is also given as V square upon R. Now the point is, we have discussed this earlier. Which formula to go with? Which formula shall we apply? This or this? Can you choose which formula will you go with? Which formula will you love to use in this question? Because the question here is asking us to compare the power of the two different circuit. One is a series circuit, another is a parallel. कैसे करना है? यही confusion होती है ना? Very good Vedika. Super great. What is the percentage you guys got? Quickly tell me. So the answer would be क्या करे? Now I cannot go with one answer. I am ending the quiz because it will be wrong. Because what I am getting, 50% people is here and 50% people is here. Are you people correct? Let's check this out. So ideally, by drawing the diagrams and by writing the formulas, I am actually going to help myself not to get confused. ऐसा नहीं है कि फॉर्मूला लिख के कंफ्यूज हो गए, अरे अब क्या करना है. you have to think, calculate the ratio of the power consumed in the combination of resistors. ठीक है? So when we talk about power, we have two formulas. We very well know how to go about it. Now I'll tell you a simplest mode. ठीक है? You guys have seen that ma'am ये वाला formula या ये वाला formula कौन सा apply कर? So we will do this. So ideally today's is not a day where we are actually going through कि क्या हो गया, कैसे होता है. We are going to see कि कान ऐसे और कान ऐसे पकड़ने में same answer आता है या नहीं. So that we are going to make the same mistake or not in the exam. Obviously we are not going to make the mistake if we learn it here. So let's just apply the first formula here. ठीक है? So first formula say I know the equivalent resistance in the series is 10 plus 10, which is 20 ohm. The voltage is 6 volt. So my current will be V upon R, which is what? 20 upon 6 ampere. This is my series. When I say this R equivalent, equal resistance, so I can simply apply the formula of R upon N, which is 10 upon 2, which is 5 ohm. And hence when I say my I in parallel, it will be given as what? 6 upon 5 ampere. Now I got the current. So if I use the first formula here, this is the first formula we are talking. The first formula is power for series is VI, which is going to be V is 6 pi into 20 upon 6. The answer will be 20 watt. The power for parallel will be on the other hand is again VI. Let's say so 6 upon 5 into what is your voltage? 6, right? So am I doing some mistake here? Yes, I am doing some mistake here. I did a big mistake here. V upon R था तो 6 upon 20 था. This is what I did wrong. So यहाँ पर 6 upon 20 है. 6 upon 20 into 6. So 36 upon 20, which is ideally 1.8. ठीक है? This is 36 upon 5, which is ideally 7.2. Right? तो किसकी wattage ज़्यादा है? If we just figure out the two ratio, can we figure out the value here? One thing is for sure, when I do this, I am getting my answer here as 0.25. ठीक है? Now that is not my concern. My concern is how to use which formula where. So when I say about series here, ठीक है? Series की बात करते हैं. Series में we know power is given by what formula? Power in series must be given by the formula I square R, right? But when I talk about a parallel circuit, I told you in parallel circuit, your power should be given by V square by R. So they have not asked us which formula you want to use. Let's use this type. Let's try whether my answer is going to be correct here or not. So when I say power is I square R, what was my I? My R equivalent was coming out to be what? It was coming out to be 20 ohm. Your I was coming out to be 6 upon 20. So your power is 6 upon 20 into 6 upon 20 into 20, which is nothing but again 36 upon 20. ये तो same answer आ रहा है ma'am, isn't it? ये तो same answer आ रहा है. This is 1.8 only. On the other hand, if I do this formula for my resistance in parallel, my R equivalent was 5 ohm there. So my power is going to be 6 into 6 upon 5. Isn't it the same thing? Oh yes, it is again the same thing, which is 7.5. So ideally what we are getting here? We are seeing that my power doesn't change its meaning by changing the formula. So in series we apply this. In parallel we apply this. But here we looked at what was my shortcut. My shortcut or my better formula to be applied here is power is VI. This is what you guys have to do even in your exam. Am I clear for this question? Yes, tell me. Quickly tell me. Please don't teach Sujay. I know Arham, don't worry बच्चे. आज मैं आपके डाउट्स ले रही हूँ. Those are the most common doubts out there. So आज की टेंशन मत लो. What you can do, carry on with your English study. You can see this session later on. कोई टेंशन नहीं है. That's why it is important that we always keep on going on ताकि आपको बाद में बहुत ज़्यादा ना हो जाए. You can see the session at your own wish. ठीक है, don't have to wait. Now I got a doubt which is conceptual in nature from Palak. What is the doubt? Palak is there in the class. Palak, say hi. So everyone, we are Vedantians. If you have sent a doubt, I would have picked it up. Okay. So what is the difference between electricity and electric current? This is one of the doubt I got, and this is something that I have been starting my lectures with. When I talk about electricity, most of the people just go with the definition. Electricity is what? It is the flow of electrons. Is it? Is it the flow of electrons? No. When I say electric current, you people say it is the rate of flow of electrons or rate of flow of charge. Right? Rate of flow of charge. That is correct? Yes, that is definitely correct. So, electricity and electric current are not same one point. Then what is electricity and what is electric current and what is the difference? Now, this is the very basis of our modern day society as we talk about. Electricity is anywhere and everywhere. अगर एक दिन लाइट ना आए चलेगा, 2 दिन ना आए चलेगा, तीसरे दिन you will go gaga. You will go literally, yaar, what is happening? I cannot access to my laptop, my internet, lights is not there, fan is not working. How are we going to manage? So this is actually the backbone of the modernization. But what is electricity by definition? Electricity is defined, or it's actually a form of energy which we call as electrical energy. Now this electrical energy is linked with charge. Okay, this electrical energy is linked with charge. For example, light is linked with photons. Now when I talk about electrical energy linked with charge, it is not of just current. It can be of the nature of static electricity. So as per the definition, electricity is the form of energy and it is produced by the flow of electrons. That means when the electrons flow, electricity is said to be produced. But the flow of electrons itself is not electricity. It is electric current. So if I give you again, electricity kya hai? It is a form of electrical energy. It is a form of energy which is linked with charge. When the charges are at rest, we talk about static electricity. Now this is something super easy, super cool, right? Talk about, you might have done ebonite rod. When you rub it with the silk cloth, you get to see static electricity, right? When these charges starts flowing, we get current electricity, and hence flow means current. This is what the difference is. What is current? Current is a phenomena under electricity. It is not electricity itself. But when the charges are flowing, current, electricity come in picture, and hence electricity is produced. So this was one of the question, Palak. I hope it helped you to understand. What is a conductor and insulator? Kim, you are asking doubts here. That's why the form was given, so that you guys can figure out this. So ideally, just to give you a bit of hint, conductors and insulators are two classes of material. Conductors can be understood as the one which give free flow to electrons. Okay, free flow to electrons. Now for that, it also has more number of free electrons. Okay, these are the two things that make any material as a conductor. For example, copper wire, they have more free electrons. Now this goes back to the atomic configuration. Okay, this goes back to the atomic configuration of the atom, of the material. So elements such as metals are good conductors. Insulators on the other hand, first of all, they have less number of free electrons, right? They are taking, they are takers, they are not givers. So less number of free electrons किसके पास होंगे? Non-metals के पास. ठीक है? Wood, rubber, all these are non-metals, and hence they are not good conductor. Even though if they have 1 or 2 free electrons, they make the path of them very difficult. So electrons are not free to move. Electrons are not free to flow. Hence that becomes insulators. Okay? So I have taken this. I hope Kim that is helping you. Hey Sanjeev, this is an English channel बच्चे. मैम आप resistivity increase कर दे तो क्या विटी increase होगी या decrease? क्या विटी मतलब बच्चे? Parth, I didn't get your question बच्चा. Okay, let's go to the next type of question, which is Tanishka's doubt. Now, what is the doubt? A current of 10 ampere flows through a conductor of 2 minutes. Okay, there is a current flowing through a conductor for 2 minutes. So, time is given. I always मेक अ मार्क कि मैं भाई अपने कीवर्ड्स क्या क्या गिवन है, आई विल जस्ट डू दिस बिकॉज गिवन तो लिखकर आना ही है इन अ सब्जेक्टिव पेपर. दिस इज माई टाइम, right? Calculate the amount of charge passed through any cross section of the conductor. Come on people, this is like super duper easy. कैसे करना है इस चीज को? When you have current, when you have time, which formula are you going to apply? Which formula are you going to employ? Come on Vedika, I am starting with the quiz. Which formula are you going to employ? Quickly. कौन सा formula होना चाहिए था यहाँ पर? If I do this, see second part is super easy then, because if the charge of the electron is given, we have to calculate the total number. So ideally all the charge that is being flowing is different, so I can get my answer in very one shot. I do not have to do the second part, but as it's a doubt, we will definitely do the second part as well. So Tanishka bache, if you are looking at this, definitely Vedika, perfectly correct, perfectly correct. मैम अगर रेजिस्टेंस इंक्रीज कर दे तो रेजिस्टिविटी इंक्रीज होगी या डिक्रीज? पार्थ आप उल्टा बोल रहे हो बच्चे. इट रेजिस्टेंस डिपेंड्स ऑन रेजिस्टिविटी, रेजिस्टिविटी डजंट डिपेंड ऑन रेजिस्टेंस. आई विल कम टू दिस क्वेश्चन, इवन दैट वाज वन ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. आ रहे हम उस सवाल पे भी, ठीक है? इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर क्या होने वाला है? कम ऑन पीपल, क्विकली टेल मी. ए, बी, सी और डी. न्यूमेरिकल डाउट है, तनिष्का का डाउट है, बहुत सिंपल डाउट है, बट द पॉइंट इज हम इनिशियल फॉर्मूलोज को इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं समझते. So ideally, if the current is flowing of 10 ampere is flowing for 22 minutes, then what will be your answer? That is the question asked here, and the answer is 66% people. That is, किसने आंसर सही दे दिया है? Out of all these, Vedika is in, BV Sri Lalita is in, and Pritish is in. Albert Einstein, great, but we have not got answer from all the people. What is the way? It's super easy. What I told you, I even don't have to solve this question completely because even one part will give me. Now I is given to be 10 ampere. Time is given to be 2 minutes. Now this is not the SI unit, so I have to convert it into SI unit, which is 120 second. Now the formula that I'm going to use is I is equals to Q upon T. What is my I? It is 10 ampere. My Q is here and T is 120. So Q becomes 120 into 10, which is like super easy, 1200 coulomb. So the answer is definitely A. ये तो सबको clear है? ये तो सबको clear है? Yes, Mahi, I will be teaching even if there is no student at all. My point is that one should get to the point जहाँ उसको देखकर किसी को भी help हो. अगर एक भी student help हो जाता है, then also I'll be here. Okay? So the answer is this. Now, what about second part? Are we not going to solve it? No, we are definitely going to solve it. If the charge of an electron is given, we have to calculate the total charge or the total number of. So we already calculated charge is this much coulomb that is flowing. I know the charge on one electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Can you tell me how can I find the number of electrons flowing? What is the formula? ठीक किया था? Very good Vedika, don't worry about it. Hey Manish, hi Rishi, welcome to the class. Tell me, quickly tell me, कौन सा formula use करेंगे? I have to find the number of electrons flowing. I know the charge. I know the charge on an electron. So this is my total charge. Now you may get confused. दोनों coulomb है. This is your total charge, right? This is the charge on an electron. Charge on an electron. So you have to do which formula? Very good Vedika, super great. So there is a formula that we actually do not use directly or actually write directly, but as we write this, we also write this. So what is this Q? Q is N into E. Where does this formula come in? Total charge flowing is not the charge on one electron, but lots of electron flowing. So Q is given to be 1200 in my question. My N is what I have to find, and my electron ka charge is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Now here is a hint as well. N doesn't have a unit. So ideally this coulomb and coulomb is cancelling out. That's why N is just a number without any unit. So 1200 divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19. When you solve this, you will get 1200 1000 कर देते हैं इसको upon 16 into 10 raised to power 19. So when you solve this question, your answer for charge will be 7.5 into 10 raised to power 21. How do we get this? We are getting this again by this because 3 zeros are already gone there. So 12 by 16 into 10 raised to power 19 के बाद 20, 21, 22. Right? I'll take 1 0 if I wish to, and my answer is ideally 7.5 into 10 raised to power 21 electrons. So I hope, Tanishka, this doubt of yours will be clear now. ठीक है? Let's go to that question which Parth was asking. Parth, are you still there? आप बच्चों को फिजिक्स पढ़ा रहे हो? नहीं रश्मित, मैंने आते ही बोल दिया था यू डू नॉट हैव टू अटेंड दिस सेशन राइट नाउ एज लाइव. व्हाट आई विश दैट अगर आपका इंग्लिश का एग्जाम है और बाद में फिजिक्स आ जाएगा एकदम से, तो यू शुड हैव ऑल योर रिसोर्सेज. सो दीज आर द कॉमन डाउट्स दैट आई हैव टेकन. If you wish to, you can definitely see this lecture later on. Right now, concentrate on your English. ठीक है? And all the best. All the best for your class. बच्चे, Anushka, 9th class has already been started. Last week we had 2 sessions. In next week, in coming week only, or this week might be itself, we are going to start with the first session of motion. ठीक है? Okay. Neutrons be accelerated in a cyclotron because cyclotron works on accelerating by charge. Neutrons have no charge, so they cannot be accelerated. किसी चीज को accelerate करवाने के लिए उसको push देना पड़ेगा ना, तो वो electric field से आता है. So neutrons पे कोई electric field कुछ नहीं करती है. ठीक है अभी? Okay. So Parth, I was still looking for you, but you are not replying. Hi Manish. This was one of the question. Very simple question, पलक का question है, but actually it's an important thing कि भाई what is the difference between resistance and resistivity? Now there is a lot of confusion. What is dependent on what? First of all, what is resistance? It is the opposition of current. So opposition of current by a conductor is what we call as resistance. What is the cause of it? Collision of electrons within the conductor. So collision of electrons with themselves and the ions causes the resistance. On the other hand, what is resistivity? Isn't resistivity the same thing? The answer would be no. Resistivity, on the other hand, is a property of matter. It's a property of that material. Now you might have remembered in chemistry, क्या पढ़ते हैं हम? Matter has is anything that occupies space and has mass. We have property linked with it. It should have mass, it should carry space, right? Now when I talk about resistivity, it is an intrinsic property, again going back to the structure of the atomic configuration. So when I talk about how the atoms are combined in a particular material, how the electrons are free, how much free electrons it goes back to that basic chemistry. So resistivity is not the opposition of current, it is not the collision of electrons, it goes back to the atomic level structure, that why would the electrons collide more? Because if the resistivity is more, it may say to you that yes, the electrons, number of free electrons per unit of area, let's say, and the number of ions being there are not in a proportion where the current can flow easily. But if they are, ions का number कम है, free electrons का ज़्यादा है, they will be colliding less, and hence resistivity is one thing that is a property of material. It's not what we talk about resistance. Though there is a very important thing. What is it? My resistance is definitely dependent on resistivity. So there is a formula that you might remember, that R is rho L upon A. Now here you can say R is dependent on rho. That means if my resistivity increases, my resistance increases. If my resistivity decreases, my resistance decreases. But can I say my resistivity is dependent on R? The answer would be no. My resistivity does not get affected. Resistivity does not get affected by change in resistance. Does not get affected. Now where or how does it get affected by? So resistivity gets affected by two things. One thing, when you increase the temperature. Now why? Temperature increase करते ही what happens? Conductors के electrons start dancing. कूदने लगते हैं, बड़ा मजा आता है उनको डिस्को डांस करने में, right? So if they dance more, there will be more collision. More collision मतलब more resistivity, right? So this is one thing. Second thing that is important, it depends on the material. So if I shift one material to another, if I change rubber to copper, copper to silver, I am gaining resistivity. So by changing material, I can definitely affect my resistivity, but my resistance is dependent on resistivity. My resistivity is independent of the resistance. My resistance is also dependent on the physical parameters. My resistivity does not care. Now there is a second question attached to it which I would love to tell you guys, but it is a bit of a higher version of it. तो थोड़ा सा समझ में आए तब भी चलेगा. What is the difference between rheostat and variable resistance? Now what is this? Rheostat क्या होता है? Now you might have heard that resistance कैसे draw करते हैं? We have a very simple symbol. ठीक है? On the other hand, somewhere you might have seen symbols like this. What is this? This symbol is the symbol of rheostat. And if I can show you a picture of this, a rheostat looks like this. Now what is this exactly? It is a variable resistance only, but there is a difference here. I'll tell you what is the difference. Rheostat has a long wire wrapped on a simple sa tool, and there is 2 points, point A and uske piche point B, which is a slider. It's a slider on the wire. Now you know resistance is dependent on length. So if I keep on going increasing, so this is increasing my length of the wire that is being wrapped. Length increase hoti hai, so the resistance value changes. So it may have a variation of, let's say, 10 ohm to 50 ohm. So that's why it is a resistor which can give you variable resistance value while sliding. तो आपको बार बार resistance change नहीं करना पड़ेगा. You can check your values changing by just sliding it. This is your rheostat. ठीक है? What is variable resistance? That is also called, so actually rheostat is also termed as variable. But there is one more type of variable resistance which is called a potentiometer. Now potentiometer is something that you guys are going to meet in your 12th standard, so don't worry about it. But this is how a potentiometer looks. Now you can yourself check, it doesn't have two terminal. Here it is one terminal, second terminal. That is connected further here. But potentiometer has three terminal, 1, 2 and 3. It is actually used to divide. So potentiometer divides. When you want to divide the when you want to divide the voltage across the circuit, potentiometer is used for this. So this is also a variable resistance. So ideally there is not one type of variable resistance. That is the difference between a rheostat and a variable resistance. Am I clear? Superb, Aritra. Hey, Ananisas. What is the relationship between V and R? V and R are actually, we do not talk about them. I is something that is related to V. Now I'll tell you. देखो, Manish wants to ask, ma'am, हम I की बात करते हैं that R and I are enemies. What about V and R? So सीधा बात करते हैं, ठीक है? Very simple. V is proportional to I. Yes, current increases, voltage increases, current increases. I is inversely proportional to R. Resistance increases, current decreases. तो ideally आपने वो वाली ad देखी है, Ramesh and Suresh? Have you seen that ad? Ramesh and Suresh 5-star की ad देखी है? Have you seen Ramesh and Suresh 5-star की ad? So what you do if 5-star ad shows you? The 5-star ad shows you a very simple thing, that Ramesh and Suresh are best friends forever. They are like BFF. रमेश उठता है, सुरेश उठ जाता है, रमेश बैठता है, सुरेश बैठ जाता है, रमेश कुछ बात करता है, सुरेश उसे कंप्लीट करता है. They are BFFs. So ये दोनों बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स हैं. Let's bring one more character in the story. इसका नाम है सर्वेश. Who is Sarvesh? He is the दुश्मन or enemy of Suresh. Now if I say he is the enemy of Suresh, दोस्त का दोस्त दोस्त, दोस्त का दुश्मन दुश्मन. So ideally this is what you get with V as well. So even for this, V is independent of R, ideally. But talking about this, V is not going to be supposedly liking R, because when R is there, the current decreases. And V के साथ current increase होता है. So R actually takes away a part of his friend. That's why he doesn't like R, but there's no direct relationship between V and R. Manish, I hope that is clear with you. Okay, चलो. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं जो सामरा का है. हाय सामरा, कैलकुलेट द अमाउंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड बाय 1200 watt toaster in 30 minutes. Now this is super easy. Let's see how many people can get me to the right answer of this one. Quickly tell me, what is the right answer, बच्चा पार्टी? A, B, C or D? Come on, A, B, C or D. You have the power given to be 1200 watt. You are given the time that is 30 minutes, right? That means 30 upon 60 seconds, right? So sorry, I have to convert it into seconds. So 30 into 60 seconds ho jayega. Do I need to convert it into seconds? No ma'am, we were doing it correct. We have to convert it into hour only. So it will be 1 upon 2 hours, that is 0.5. What is to be figured out? Calculate the amount of energy. So energy is simply given by P into T, and the right answer is B or D? B or D? Priyanka is saying D, everybody else is saying B. Now that's something that we need to check. Chalo Priyanka, pehle check karte hain. Power is given 1200 watt, right? Power is given what? 1200 watt. So let me just write this. Power is 1200 watt. My time was 30 minutes. I can do this as in hours so that I can find the answer in kilowatt hour. Why I am doing so? You have to first check. This is actually a cross check that you should keep a thing that if you have an MCQ, always look what is the answer is asked in. So 30 minutes into hours will be this. It is 1 upon 2, which is 0.5 hours. Okay? This is simply 1 point. Second point. What is my formula to be used here? My power is given by exactly energy upon time. Or you can say electrical energy is power into time. So simply I have to multiply 1200 into 0.5, which is 120 into 5, and that will give me the right answer for this, right? That will turn out to be my right answer. अगर ये गलती हो रही है तो इसको ठीक करने के लिए एक छोटी सी चीज थी, वो right answer अभी incomplete है. क्यों incomplete है? Because when I'm doing so, I even have to find my power in kilowatt. So 1200 watt in kilowatt will be divided by 1000, which is 1.2 kilowatt. So here the answer what I am getting is going to be in watt hour, right? So it is going to be in watt hour. Us watt hour ko we have to convert into kilowatt hour. So we'll divide it by 1000. Then our answer will be there, right people? This is what you have to take a close look at when you are solving any question, that your unit should be correct. So this was a very simple question. No worries. Doubts आते हैं तो हमें कभी-कभी बहुत stupid भी आ जाते हैं, but हमें अपने doubts को ढंग से solve करना चाहिए. So it's Samra ने एक और question पूछा, ma'am, a wire of resistivity rho is stretched to double. Now resistivity of the wire is not going to change by the length. First thing to understand. If you understand this, your answer is already in front of you, isn't it? Your answer is already in front of you. Tell me. A wire of resistivity rho is stretched to double its length. What will be the resistivity? Give the reason. Super easy it is. है ना? ये trendy days, ma'am, it becomes twice. Think about it. Yes, Hemant, what is the problem? Madhur, I am doing great. मैम मेरा टर्म 1 में 64 आया था तो मैं पास हो जाऊंगा. हाँ अवधेश, बट योर परसेंटेज विल गेट वेरी बैडली अफेक्टेड बाय योर टर्म 1 रिजल्ट. ठीक है? यस मनीष, थैंक यू. तस्नीम, क्या कर रहा है मेरा बच्चा? यस मधुर, सेम हियर. रिमेन्स अनचेंज्ड. क्या कर रहे हो? नोबडी गॉट मी द राइट आंसर है. क्या कर रहे हो? Resistivity. My resistance is rho L upon A. My resistivity is not dependent on length. Neither it is dependent on area. Neither it is even dependent on resistance. What did we study above? My resistivity only depends on two things. Either the temperature changes or the material changes. Here it is only and only the length is changing. लेंथ चेंज करने से रेजिस्टेंस डेफिनेटली चेंज होगा, बट माई रेजिस्टिविटी विल हैव नो चेंज. फंस गए ना सब लोग? यस, ऐसे ही होता है. पहले तो डी आ रहा था सबका. हे, सो लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन एंड लेट्स सी व्हाट इज इट दैट वी हैव. सो राहुल का क्वेश्चन है हमारे पास, वन क्वेश्चन. इसके बाद मैं आपसे 1 मिनट लूंगी टू स्टार्ट विद सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस दैट यू माइट आंसर. ठीक है? सो बच्चा पार्टी, राहुल का क्वेश्चन कहाँ गया? ये रहा. In a given ammeter, a student sees that needle indicates 17 division. Now, ideally, this is not a conceptual, rather it's a practical question. If you guys have been attending your school lab, you might be doing practicals such as Ohm's law, proving Ohm's law. These kind of small things are very important, and sometimes just to tickle with yourself, CBSE try to put such questions. So ऐसे questions के लिए करना कुछ नहीं है, डरना भी नहीं है. How to go about it? In a given ammeter, a student sees that the needle indicates 17 division in ammeter while performing an experiment to verify Ohm's law. Exactly what I said. ठीक है. So क्या देखा? एमीटर था बच्चे के पास, उसने देखा कि नीडल कहां पर है. द नीडल इज समवेयर 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 17th डिवीजन पर है. ठीक है, इट इज ऑन द 17th डिवीजन. नाउ if the ammeter has 10 division from 0 to 0.5. Now I guess you guys can definitely tell me this is super easy. If I have an ammeter, ठीक है, and I say this is my needle and I am saying कि इस पे divisions है. ठीक है, कितना है? 0, 0.5. Let's say this is 1 ampere. This is going to be 1.5. This is going to be 2 ampere. ठीक है, डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? एक एमीटर ऐसे ही लिखेगा. उन्होंने सिंपल बोला है कि ईच डिविजन लाइक 0 to 0.5, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, टोटल 10 डिविजन है 0 to 0.5. सेम यहाँ पे भी होंगी 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. माई एमीटर रीडिंग फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज आइडली समवेयर है. ठीक है, 17th पर थी. दैट्स व्हाट द क्वेश्चन वाज टेलिंग मी. 17th डिवीजन पर है. बट हाउ विल आई टेल द वैल्यू? फॉर टेलिंग द वैल्यू आई शुड नो द लीस्ट काउंट ऑफ माई एमीटर. नाउ व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय लीस्ट काउंट? अगर मैं बोलूँ 0 to 0.5 अगर 10 है, ये भी छोड़ो, अगर मैं बोलूँ 10 एप्पल्स 20 रुपीज के, तो 1 एप्पल कितने का है? सुपर इजी ना. 1 एप्पल इज 20/10 यार. मैम 2 रुपीज का है, सस्ता है. आजकल तो नींबू भी मैम 50 रुपए के हो रखे हैं. कोई बात नहीं, दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल दैट यू कैन यू फाइंड इफ यू नो दैट 0 to 10 unit 10 division are giving me 0.5. So 10 divisions is giving me 0.5. Then what is 1 division will give me? सुपर इजी. 0.5/10 कर दिया, जैसे यहाँ पे 20/10 किया था. माई आंसर विल बी 0.05. सो आइडली दैट इज कॉल्ड योर लीस्ट काउंट ऑफ द एमीटर. एम आई क्लियर टिल यहाँ? यस, एम आई क्लियर टिल यहाँ? दिस इज द मोस्ट इजिएस्ट क्वेश्चन. द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज द रीडिंग ऑफ 17 डिविजन. तो अगर मेरी यूनिट, मेरा जो मार्कर है वो 17th यूनिट पर है, सो व्हाट इट विल बी इफ 1 यूनिट इज, जैसे सेम क्वेश्चन इसी को एक्सटेंड कर दे. मैंने आपको यहाँ पे क्या पूछा कि अगर मेरे पास 10 एप्पल्स है 20 रुपीज के, 1 एप्पल कितने का होगा? और फिर मैं आपसे पूछ लूँ, अच्छा बताओ फिर 15 एप्पल्स कितने के होंगे? तो यू कैन सिंपली मल्टीप्लाई 15/2 एंड यू विल बी एबल टू टेल 30 रुपीज, राइट? सो आइडली दैट इज द सेम थिंग वी हैव टू डू हियर. I got the count of one single division. If I am on the 17th division, what will be my rating? 17 into 0.05 and that is 0.85. इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन है कुछ नहीं. इट इज नॉर्मली अ यूनिटरी मेथड, बट वी गेट स्केयर्ड ऑफ थिंग्स दैट वी हैव नेवर सीन बिफोर. सो डोंट गेट स्केयर्ड. ट्राई टू फिगर, यूज योर मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट एनीवेयर. डजंट मैटर इट्स अ फिजिक्स एग्जाम और इंग्लिश. कॉमन सेंस. ठीक है, there is just one thing I want to just tell you. I told you after this question मैं कुछ बताने वाली हूँ. So this announcement was for all those students who are experiencing Vedantu or not even, that we are going live with the AI live sessions. Now what is this? Now AI live session are for grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, IIT, JEE, NEET, anything you love to do. But the most important thing is they are so cost effective that you will not believe it is true. When I tell you about AI Live, these are interactive pre-recorded classes, to be very sure on that side, but the amount of interaction is super important. The scheduled classes, the class teacher interaction, the quizzes, the polls, the leaderboards are super duper there. You can get your doubts solved within the class by your class teachers. There is going to be study material, assignments, definitely you're a part of the test series, everything. And all this for all your subjects, that is physics, chemistry, bio, social studies, English and maths for 1 year is not 50,000, is not 40,000, is not 30,000, it is only and only 5,000. That is the magic of AI Live, that you can now afford the best quality teachers with the best interactive session, with the best notes, test series and anything actually you seek कि यार ये मिल जाता तो लाइफ अच्छी हो जाती. This is not even the cost for 1 month's classes if you go offline for even 1 to 2 subjects. And I am telling you because I have been there. मैंने स्टडी मटेरियल के लिए आई हैव पेड मोर देन दिस. सो इफ यू विश टू इवन इससे भी अच्छा चाहिए तो यू नो द कोड इज BA Pro. Do use the description link here, or you can even go and WhatsApp on the number which is sliding down. This number pe you can send your name, you tell them you want to join class 9th and you tell your texting after seeing my session. They will help you enroll directly. So कुछ hassle नहीं है, और वैसे भी hassle नहीं है because इसी के link में जाना है. You just have to go to the link, click on the very first AI Live and there you are. Can you see 4,500? Why? Because BA Pro is already applied here, so you don't have to do anything, just select and buy codes. So there are variants of it. If you want to get more personalized learning, if you want to get more access to the doubt app, then you can go for more option. But this option is super great यार. मैं तो कभी नहीं छोड़ती, आगे जाने की मर्जी आपकी है. There are unlimited possibilities out there. But for the while, 4,500 is nothing. It's actually pennies to buy a course at Vedantu. So once you just click on this, the BA Pro is already applied. The only thing you need to do is buy now, log in and you are there. That's it. So try to do it. And आज क्या यहीं पे session close करते हैं. There are more doubts, but we were going to take it once your exam approaches, because ये तो मुझे भी समझ आ गया, सबका English exam है, everybody is going to go for it, right? So कोई टेंशन मत लेना, बिल्कुल भी टेंशन मत लेना. जब भी जो भी होने वाला है, we are going to do the best with ourselves, right? सेम चीज हम करने वाले हैं अपने हर एग्जाम के साथ. So all the best. Let me write that in clear cut for your board exams. Rock करके आना, ठीक है? Take care, Vajamari. Have a good day. And yes, don't forget hashtag each one get one. Subscriber for this channel. Do like this video and share it with your friend if you find it useful. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day. Ta-da!